Hello, my name is Ava. I am a watercolorist and a sketching artist. And I've been sketching and painting for many years. And you never stop learning in either craft. Uh, Today I'm going to present a sneak preview of a class that I will be teaching at the Parsippany Library when it opens. And it's called Drawing for Calm. And this picture here was a picture of an orange, and there are lights and darknesses in it and texture, and I will be showing you those things in a few minutes. Now, here is the sketch that I did of a house. See the little house? It's in the background. The foreground is in the front here of the picture. This tree is large because it is in front, in the foreground. That house is behind the tree. It is in the background, and that's called perspective. All these trees are large because they are in front. And in the background, objects are smaller. And this gives the picture perspective as to what is close and what is far away. And now you can look at the branches and the lines in those branches and the squigglies and the hatching with the lines. They give it personality, make it the picture come alive. Now, if you're really interested in looking at art, where the artist makes the picture come alive, this is one of Van Gogh's paintings called The Olive Grove. And I just wanted to draw your attention to the lines he paints lines, and he gives them their light lines, their dark lines, they give movement to his pictures, and if you want to know any more about it, you could look it up. Okay, and go. Now, this is a sketch I had done several years ago, and I made it into a painting, and what I wanted to show you was that this building is popping out because the background is shaded in behind it. There's stonework, which makes it three-dimensional, and you can see the type of lines that are used to indicate dimension and perspective. And this doorway, you can see the size of the archway, the frame of the archway lends itself to tell you that you can look through it. Okay, the next picture I'm going to show you. Last year I started doing little portraits, and I did take a life drawing class where portraits were easier than actual life drawing. The lines in this man's face shows you shadows on his skin. It shows you his beard and muscles and shadows under his neck. So I just wanted to show you that picture. So all you need for this class is a piece of paper, a pencil, a regular pencil for this class. With one pencil you can show light, medium, shading, a little darker, and then finally dark shading. And this little eraser, where is my eraser? Well, here's one, or a white one. This is a kneaded eraser. So what we have are the pencil grip. Pencil grips are different from writing grip. Writing grip, you are holding that pencil and you do not want the wrist to go flopping around. But in drawing, you hold this pencil a half, 2 inches from the point, and you can get flexibility in that wrist to make lines. And the first line we're going to make is a vertical line. You start at the bottom and you make them as straight as you can in the beginning, and you do the best you can, not going for perfection. It's for you to get used to holding that pencil and focusing with your eyes where that line is going to go. It is the eyes that guide your pencil movements. Who would know? Okay, and you want to start making them equidistant from each other. Okay, vertical lines. The next type of lines are, okay, I don't know if you could see that last bunch. I will do some more vertical lines starting from the bottom and working our way up vertical. Okay. Okay, vertical lines. And horizontal lines would be going from across, 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 from the left to the right, from the left to the right. You will need to take time later and practice these lines. I notice it's not very dark. I'm going to make them again. Okay, these are your horizontal lines. Hopefully you'll be able to see it better. And next we have the line, diagonal lines, the lower left, and it goes up to the right. Okay, lines. Everything around us is made up of lines. All objects, all nature, lines. And so it's important to be able to focus. And it's just an exercise good for people who are beginning in drawing. And I've practiced them and I got much better. So even if you are an experienced artist, you may want to sharpen up your skills. Okay, so you can do those diagonal lines starting from the upper right and going down to the left. The upper right going down to the left. Upper right going down to the left. Upper right down to the left. Don't worry if, and I'm using the pencil grip, it will be feeling strange, but it helps to keep your wrist. When you're tight, you cannot make good lines. And the next line thing we're going to practice, we did our lines. And the other thing I wanted to show you with the lines, and there are 2 pencil grips. This is the next one. And I even have a piece of tape. Okay. And it's for shading. I can move this paper up. So shading in with lines, you want to make them very light. This is value. And I mean light. So I'm going to show you the most light. And all with one pencil. As you become more experienced and you want to really work on drawing and sketching, there are different values of pencils that you can purchase. For the class, I have already purchased all the materials, so the fee will include those materials necessary to get started. So this is shading values, light to dark, light to dark. And we use that idea in watercolor as well, values. And the next thing we're going to look at are lines that make up texture. Texture gives us that feeling, like with the branches, that the branches are coming alive because of the lines in them. And so what we have are hatching lines. Here are your diagonals. Go inside, okay? Diagonal lines. They're close together and they are straight. And then we have cross hatching lines, okay, which are hatching lines, and then like a, I don't know if you can see that. I'm looking at, here we go, I'm making them, and then they cross over. Okay. It's possible to do the first set of lines very light and make them close together. And the second set for cross hatching dark. Okay, this gives your object texture. Okay, and then you can do cross hatching in different design, different shape of cross hatchings. Okay, and then what we have are some other technique of shading, which is starting dark. I'm using that side of that pencil, an overhand grip. And it gets lighter and lighter. Okay, lighter and lighter. Okay. And some of it could be like dots. Scribbles. I guess you get the idea. Okay, so I'm going to turn this paper over because what I wanted to do for you is to draw something. I'm going to, and here's a picture of a banana, I made it for the first, one of my first videos. And what you can see is that there are lines for shading in here and hatchings, and there were imperfections in the banana. It was like very brown, so you can see that. Okay, just to give you an example of lines. And what I was working on before I turned the video on was a drawing, okay, where you can see for this presentation, the only shape I'm going to focus on is a circle, okay, a round shapes and a half a circle. And as you can see, it's not dark enough. So for the video, I'm going to have to use a darker lines. And so with a circle, try not to take your hands away from the paper, and you keep drawing and you get a circle. Don't worry if the circle is not perfect. We're, we're looking at practice, practice, practice. I am concentrating on making this plate. Okay. Okay. So we have a plate that is round. And then we have fruit in here. It's like 2 oranges and a clementine. Okay. And also in drawing and in painting, we have where you place the objects in your still life. This is still life because it is just pictures of oranges and apples. Okay, where you put it is, and where you place it. If you put oranges, you don't want to separate them. You want to have them interlocking. So I'm going to start with the orange in the middle. And it always has that little thing up there. And they got it down here. All right. And as you can see, is that one, the clementine, which is an oval shaped. They're not always round. Okay. And is looking like it's ahead of it because it's interlocking. And it probably has a little shadow down there. And you will always see underneath the fruit. Oops. I didn't get there yet. And now we have the orange in the middle is now in front of this orange. So then we make the line. Okay, so positioning, I have to fix the line. Positioning is very important when you are doing a picture composition, and where the objects, how they come forward and how they take a position behind is giving your picture dimension and perspective. Okay, so now we have little grapes. We never just have 2 objects in a picture. You have to have 3. Okay, it gives the picture some roundness, balance. So now I have grapes, okay, coming in front of that orange. And that's right. There in front, as you can see. All right, and now I'm just and grapes are never all round. They're differently colored and they have different shadows. So then I went further to show you sections. Right here are sections of the orange. Okay, some of them have seeds, you know, and they have that. And I turned one section over and I did one this way. So as you can see, drawing can be fun and it takes practice to do the forms. And today I just concentrated on the circles and some composition, and we can give texture on these grapes by coloring them in a bit with a pencil. Some are going to be light and some are going to be dark, and the edges that connects them, you know, you can just fill it in like this and like this. Put some texture in there, little scribbles. So that's it. That's it. And the oranges, the same. Okay, over grip. And there's definitely shadows underneath these things, and the grapes have shadows. And so do these things. And the shadow line, the shading underneath, shadows give it depth. So, as you see, the positions of freedom that your wrist has, you can fill in things, and they have little dots on them. And if you look at the skin, you'll see white areas, and then heavy shading with the lights coming behind them. Then you got the shading on the side. Okay, let's see where the light comes in, and here it is. And you can give it some hatching here. Okay, so now the plate is good. Under the plate, I can make a shadow, something in front of it. I think that will do it. I hope everyone is looking forward to starting a new hobby, and that you are staying safe and well, and just be mindful and in the moment. So looking forward to seeing you soon. So bye for now, and try to take a break and do some drawing. Take some fruit out of the refrigerator, and you can just use this video to refresh your memory about shape and shadows. Okay, bye for now.